Hi, everyone. My name is Marisa Stone with Simon Says Social and the Systems Lounge, and I want to welcome you today to the 2018 Premier International Women's Business Systems Summit, where you get to learn all about the systems that our speakers are using to get things done. And I am super, super excited today to have Galit Ventura-Rozen here to talk with us all about 4 immediate ways to be more productive. Now, how many of us can say we need that, right? So let me tell you a little bit about Galit. She is a professional speaker and women empowerment business mentor. I'm loving that. Oh my gosh. She's been an entrepreneur since the age of 22, and she owns and operates multiple successful businesses. She's a professional speaker on the business circuit and works with women to get really crystal clear on their expertise so that they can market themselves as paid professional speakers. She also works with women entrepreneurs to take them to the next level in profit and growth, and support their efforts in learning how to use public speaking as a successful marketing tool to help them turn their audience members into clients. And we all love that idea. Galit, welcome to the summit. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Marissa. I'm going to start taking you around with me so you can just tell people about me, because that energy and excitement, I got excited hearing about myself. That was perfect. Thank you very much for that introduction. Sometimes we don't recognize all the stuff we've done until somebody else says it.
Yes, and I'm so excited to have you here because of this level of expertise you have. This is going to be a fantastic conversation. Guys, you don't want to miss this one. Turn this up. So let's begin at the beginning. What are we really talking about when we talk about productivity? Because it's a pretty subjective term, right? What I find to be very productive might be very different than what you find as productive. So what are we really meaning by productivity?
So the first place you want to start is exactly what you said. What is it and what does it mean to you to be productive? I am not here to tell you what that means. I'm here to show you ways that you can be more productive in your own definition. For some of my clients, it's working 3 days a week and raising 2 kids under 2 years old. Yeah. For some of my clients, they're, oh gosh, I love my business. I want to work 70 hours a week. For some of my clients, they love to do the little things as well as the big things in their business. So first and foremost, I would start with what it means to you to be productive, because you can't really start until you know.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, right? So as entrepreneurs, why is it really important that we identify this idea of productivity in our own mind?
As entrepreneurs, and I always use the word solopreneurs at first until you expand your business and go to the next level. A lot of the women that I work with are just barely starting. Right. And the first place that you want to look at is, where am I spending my best use of my time?
Yes.
You have a value. I always laugh and compare it to attorneys. They get paid per the hour. Or different kinds of doctors that get paid per the hour, whatever type of business that you might have or profession. Why do I compare it? Because we don't get paid by the hour unless we make the best use of our value of our hour. Right. So as a solopreneur, when you first start out especially, as well as when you grow. But when you grow, you tend to start adding on more support. When you first get started, you think you can do everything yourself. So you want to know the value of your time, and the only way you're going to know that is if you have productivity in your life.
So one of the things that you talk about with your clients is that high productivity does not necessarily mean working more hours. So that's a little counterintuitive. How can I be more productive without working more hours? I'm a little confused here, Galit.
Marissa, I get questioned on that more than probably anything.
Anything, I'm sure.
Make me more productive and I have to work less. Yeah. And we're going to jump into the 4 ways in a minute, so I don't want to give that away. But what I mean is this. There's this concept, there's this idea out in the world that we have to work hard and more hours to get where we want. No, work smarter. Yeah. Work smarter. I am very big on my boundaries. My weekends are everything. My family time is everything. My vacations. I run multiple businesses, but I am productive in the time that I run them so I can allow myself to have balance. And for me, balance is really the piece of the question that you just asked.
Yeah.
What is the balance that you want in your life? So yes, you can work less hours and be more productive. And we're going to talk about how too.
Yes, we are. And I love that you brought up balance, because I think so many solopreneurs and entrepreneurs really struggle with that, right? I mean, how many of us are guilty of spending 18 hours on our business and then we don't have time left over to spend time with our family, or like you said, go on vacations, or really spend quality time with those that we love. And so it really is important. So I love that you brought up balance and and that you teach your clients that this is truly the way to be more productive, is to find that balance. So thank you. I definitely appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it really goes back to what we said at first. What is productivity to you? So balance for me could be something totally different to you. So I want the people that are watching to really think, what would be balance in my life?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, totally. So you work with one of the things you work with your clients on is identifying what you call tedious and unnecessary tasks. And I know there are a ton of tedious tasks that we all do as business owners, but how do I figure out which ones are unnecessary?
Sit down and think every time you take on a task, does this task calculate to my end goal?
Boom.
If this task does not calculate or find a path, now don't get me wrong, Marissa, sometimes it's a long path,
Right.
but if it does not calculate towards a step towards your end goal, why are you doing it? Why? We have this ability to say yes to a lot of things we shouldn't say. And that's really what ends up adding up to our tedious tasks.
Right. And that makes so much sense too, because one of the things that I ask my clients is, what is your hour worth? If you're spending your time and energy on these tedious tasks that you could perhaps be outsourcing or bringing in an intern or a VA to do, are you really truly fulfilling your purpose of staying firmly planted in your zone of genius and serving your tribe?
Oh, and I love that word, zone of genius. It is a big thing for me.
It's a big thing for me too.
It really is the beginning and the end of being productive.
Yes.
If you're not working in that most of the time, I mean, the reality is we can't all work in it all the time.
Right.
Life is life. We have the have-to lists all the time. So I have have-to lists all day long.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're really focusing on what you are best at, what the best use of your time is.
Right. And so those unnecessary ones are going to be tasks that you really could put off on, send over to somebody else to do so you can stay firmly planted where you need to be.
Or you may not have to do it at all. We sometimes take on tasks that we don't. So you want to evaluate them. You ask me, how do you figure them out? Evaluate them, figure out if they are a direct link to your end goal. Is it something you should and have to do in your business? Then let's find somebody else to do it. So you can go back to doing what you love, because typically if the word tedious is showing up, you don't want to do it.
Right.
More than likely you don't want to anyways.
Right, exactly. Totally agree, 100%. Okay, so we're dying to know, what are these 4 immediate ways to be more productive? And I know we're going to dive much, much deeper into them later, but give us an overview.
Absolutely. One of the first things, and I know you've heard this before, is limit your distractions.
Yes.
We have this ability today with technology not to be able to focus for very long periods of time.
Yeah.
So you want to limit it. Private messenger has become our best friend and our worst enemy.
Yes.
Somebody sends you a private message on Facebook related to business, or somebody sends you a private text, you have this feeling that you need to respond immediately. Yeah. Somebody sends you an email, you feel like you need to respond immediately. The way that you limit your distractions is you really set up your priorities. There's nothing wrong with responding to people, but do it in a time frame and in a period of time where it doesn't take you away from what you're focusing on right now. I'm in the process of writing my first book. Whenever I'm writing, I shut down all of my tabs.
Yeah.
You know how many tabs we have open in one time?
Yeah,
Facebook,
guilty.
LinkedIn, Instagram, private messenger, and I shut everything down.
Nice.
Put my phone away. So you need to have the ability and to recognize, I promise you, they will be okay if you don't get back to them right away. Now, obviously there's some exceptions, your children or significant others, even they sometimes can wait. Sometimes there's emergencies. I'm not saying avoid that. I'm just saying limit your distractions by putting them aside and setting up times that it's okay to go back to them.
Yes, I agree 100%. That is, and I think that's one of the most important things. One of the systems I use is called the Pomodoro Technique, where I set my timer for 25 minutes out of every 30-minute segment of my day. And because I do a lot of stuff on my computer, I'm techie, I'm always doing things with regard to technology. And so if I don't walk away sometimes, I won't be able to sleep at night because there's too many things running in my head. So the Pomodoro Technique helps me to eliminate distractions. I shut everything down and I can focus for 25 minutes on that task and knock it out. And that makes a huge difference for me. So number 1, eliminate distractions. What's number 2?
Number 2 is going to be schedule out your week. Many of us sit down and we've got weeks and weeks ahead of us where we've got appointments or clients. Those things are going to be in your schedule no matter what.
Right.
But it's not just scheduling out what you're going to be doing in the sense of appointments. It's sitting down, and I'm a Sunday girl. I do not work with clients on Friday. Those are the days that I create for my business. I see clients Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is creating or me day, and then Saturday, Sunday, depending on what I'm doing, it could be family time or it could be quiet time to write. That depends on what you want to accomplish.
Right.
But what I do on Sundays, I'm in this, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm in this calm, carefree, relaxed mode because I just had my weekend, and I sit down and I think, what percentage of this week do I want to spend on each activity in my business?
Right.
And I also include family time. So for example, don't get me wrong, I don't have kids time written in my schedule. I just know at this time I'm picking up my daughter. I don't have any more appointments after that.
Yep.
So sit down and think, what percentage this week do you want to spend on with potential new clients, with current clients, with creating on your business? If you sit down and come up, and if the percentage doesn't work, think of hours.
Right.
A 40-hour week. I don't know what else. Whatever
works. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you like to work. And break it down. This is how many hours I want to spend in each area.
Yeah.
And how you set up your schedule. So aside from fixed appointments, Marissa, like you were a fixed appointment, I actually have write your book.
Yeah.
Create your next program. I have schedule calls with potential new clients. When you block that out, you've done 2 things now. You've scheduled out a week that's productive, but you've also put it out there and left space for it as well.
Yep.
Which is just fabulous.
Yeah, and that makes a huge difference to have that time in your calendar that this is my quality time to do what I need. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Totally. Okay, so what's number 3?
Prioritize your to-do list.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have this ability because today we live in a world of what I call squirrel, right?
Yeah.
That's a distraction. Squirrel. That was from the movie Up, and I always use that as an example because we squirrel so easily.
Yeah.
So when you prioritize, I'm a list girl. I love lists for everything.
Yeah.
It's just me. But I want you to do me a favor and not have 6 notebooks. I want you to please have a document on your computer. I love Google Docs. I live through Google Docs because I can access it from anywhere.
Yep.
So I've got my to-do list, and I separate it out into categories. I separate it out into financial, personal, business, relationship, health, whatever is important to you. And now put down everything you need to do. First of all, this eliminates the overwhelm in the brain.
Yeah.
It also eliminates for those of us that our memories are going a little bit shh. And we need to write everything down because we don't remember what I thought of last night. And it's so easy to access that document from your phone in bed before you go to bed. Get rid of the things in your mind. Put them down on paper. Put them down in the Google Doc.
Yeah.
The way that you prioritize your list now is you go through each category and you decide the magic number of 3. Everybody uses that. What are the 3 most important things I need to get done this week in each category?
Yes.
And whatever you do, do not let them continue to go down to the bottom of the list because you squirrel and some emergency, and really it is an emergency,
right,
shows up. Somebody needs your attention right now.
Right.
So prioritize your to-do list is huge because You will feel so accomplished. I use a task management system as well. And so I get to check mark them off, and then these little unicorns fly through and say congratulations. So I get this immediate positive reinforcement that I got something done.
That's the same one I use. I'm totally an Asana girl. I love my Asana. Yes.
It pops through, right?
Yes. It's whatever you need to give yourself that little reward. We agree.
Yes. And I also use that to delegate, which is our number 4. So I'm going to jump in. Because Marissa brought up Asana, and there's many task management systems out there. Figure out what works best for you. It's a great way for me to easily, I love the word easily communicate with my assistants, easily assign tasks, easily have updates. One of the things that I struggle with Gmail, because I use Gmail, is everything kind of connects to each other, and you start losing the emails.
Yes.
So instead of going back and forth for delegation, a great process is using a task management system. It really, really frees up a lot of your time. Mm-hmm. And that goes back to what we talked about. What do you mean work less and be more productive? This is working less, assigning the tasks.
Right.
And so when you delegate, I love telling people what to do.
And that's even just the idea of delegating, like I relax and exhale.
I always make this joke. I love telling people what to do. And I joke around because a lot of us women business owners really love telling people what to do. But we mean that in a fun way. They do get paid. So you want to learn to delegate. And the best way to learn to delegate is go back to those tedious tasks. When that to-do list shows up and all those things on that list, you really could delegate to somebody else and focus on the things that are going to get you to your end goal and result. It provides such a smooth system for your business and for your company. And I swear by that all day.
Totally. Oh my gosh, I completely agree with that. That is fabulous. So I know we are coming to the end of this interview, and I can't believe it because it does not feel like we've been talking this long. And I know we're going to take a much, much deeper dive in the next interview, but is there anything else that we need to know about these 4 immediate ways to be more productive?
I want to share with you that a lot of times what happens when you start a new system is it gets overwhelming. So I would suggest choosing one and starting there. If you are a natural multitasker and you want to go ahead and add all of these into your business and your life, go for it. Right. But if they overwhelm you to make so many changes at once, just choose one. Choose one that'll impact the business in your life the most. And then once you go ahead and dive into that and you figure out how to do that, go ahead and go into the next one. So you master, you move on. But these ideas are for the rest of your life and not just in your business, in your personal life as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I totally agree with that. And that is such fabulous advice. Wow. You've shared so much amazing stuff with us. I am just in awe with all this information. So before we let you go, how can people reach out to you if they want to perhaps access some resources, maybe work with you, check out some of the stuff that you have going on? How can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. So as Marissa said, I work with women in business as well as in the speaking paid circuit as a professional speaker. So if one of those interests you, reach out to me. You can find me on all social media as well as LinkedIn. Galit, Ventura-Rozen.com is my website. So I am listed under all my social media under Galit Ventura-Rozen.
And guys, make sure that you click on the links below. All the links that she talked about are below this video. Definitely take advantage of those. Reach out to her and learn some of the ways in which you can start implementing these 4 immediate ways to be more productive in your life. For those of you who are part of the All Access Pass, stick around because we are going to be diving so much deeper into these 4 ways to be more productive with Galit in just a few minutes. If you've not yet gotten that All Access Pass, simply click on the button below and grab that now. Inside that All Access Pass, you're not only going to get all of these live sessions that you are watching right now, but you're also going to get lifetime access to these deeper dives that I'm taking with every one of the speakers. You do not want to miss these, I promise. Galit, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you all in the next interview. Bye, everyone.